Hey, this is Mike. It's April 25th, and I thought I'd throw together a quick video. I know I said I was only going to do one every month, but there's just too many exciting things going on in the garden right now, so I thought I'd do a little update. Thought I'd start today by showing off some of the blueberries that are doing so wonderful. If we zoom in nice and close at just this one plant as an example, you can see that we have got a really nice blueberry harvest coming. This plant is really good. Look at that. We'll go just pan through it, dozens and dozens and dozens. Really encouraged. I saw a video the other day of a guy who has the same plants that I do, and he has 10 of them, and he gets 36 pounds of blueberries every year. So that's exciting. Something to look forward to. Over here we have a couple of beds that I just put in. This first one is I just sowed, I don't know, probably 1,000 zipper cream peas into it. So I'm real excited about that. It's my kind of first chance to try those. And on the far side, behind the blueberries, I have about, I don't know, probably 200 feet of pigeon peas. Also kind of a cow pea. Supposed to do wonders for the soil, but at the same time make a really tasty pea. So I had to move our fire ring, which used to be right between there and kind of our compost area. So we moved it over there. Had an inaugural fire last week where we cleaned up everything back in the corner over there and burned for a couple hours. That brings us over to the blackberries. I'm going to try and zip through this quick because I hear dinner's ready. And we can see that we have a lot of blackberries getting ready to go. I'm trying to figure out how to net this to keep the squirrels out because they just jump from that fence and pick this thing clean. So that's going to be a challenge. But they're doing pretty good this year. And these are the ones that I planted from that original line last year. And I'm really encouraged to see how well they're doing. So hopefully we'll be able to put in another 2 rows out into the yard this year because we're kind of running out of sunlight with those tall trees that are growing up along the fence. So hopefully we'll get another 12 to 15 blackberry plants in by the end of the summer. That brings us over to the raised bed here and made some big changes. In this first bed, if you remember, it was full of kohlrabi on either end and Chinese cabbage in the middle. Well, the Chinese cabbage bolted on a couple of hot days and just went nasty looking. So we had to throw that away, which is too bad because it was looking so beautiful for a while. But it's really okay because it was time to get the cucumbers, or I'm sorry, cantaloupe in the ground. You can see that these are ones that I started from seed, and they're doing pretty good. Also needed a place to put some zucchini and squash that I had purchased for $2 a piece from Home Depot a couple weeks ago. And this is kind of a temporary home for them, but you can see they are doing really well. And if you zoom in on one, they are actually starting to drop fruit already. It's a little bit early, so I'll probably pick those off. So those are looking great. Carrots are doing well. They're about, I pulled a couple recently, and they're about 4 inches long right now. Not quite filled out yet, but it's kind of fun. And zip over to this side. You can see that we are actually starting to get some pretty good sized onions here. They're about 2 inches. These are the peppers that are eventually going to take over this whole bed. The purple cabbage is still not heading up like it should. Just starting. It's about 2-3 weeks behind the other cabbage, and I'm concerned. I don't know that it's going to really make good heads before it gets too hot for it to grow. Behind it, you can see that the peas are going absolutely crazy, and that's one thing that I learned about growing peas is you don't want to over fertilize them or they will get super tall, throw all kinds of flowers, but not drop very many pods. And that's kind of what I'm experiencing here, that the ground is just too fertile. It had to be for the onions, but that's how it goes. These cabbage, on the other hand, are looking really good. I have one down here that I just pulled out, and this one, so you can get a good shot of it, is just, let's see, it's just very solid, about 5 inches in diameter. That would make a really nice coleslaw. So over here along the wall, I just put in a bunch of different kinds of cowpeas that I started from seed. I think there's probably 18, 20 plants there. Eventually they'll cover up most of that wall. Real quick, let's zip through the tomatoes. They are doing great. Some of them are up to about 4 or 5 feet tall now. Gone through and labeled all the strings, so it's real easy to see what we have growing. Here's a mystery plant. I think it's a sun gold. They have kind of a characteristic fruit truss, and if you look at this one, it's doing great already. There's probably about 12 out of 18 fruit right now on that fruit truss, and it's just looking wonderful. As we go through here, there's something a little bit smaller. That's a yellow gooseberry. It's doing really well. You can see some of the other ones that are fruiting really well. One that I wanted to point out that's fun, this is a San Marzano. It's a canning cherry, or a canning tomato, or a paste tomato, and you can see it's dropping some really big, interesting fruits. Eventually they will get to be about 6 inches long from what I hear, and just an excellent tomato for making salsa with. As we go through here, just a lot of flowers, a lot of little tomatoes starting to drop, so that's exciting. Over here is our cucumber row, and they're doing really well. This one is about 4 feet tall. Now let's do a quick count. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, big one, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, oh, there's one over there, 12 cucumbers on this one bush, or plant. You can see this one is actually getting ready to go. That is a Puna Kira, and they're supposed to be super tasty and a little bit exotic. This is a tender green, and he has a pretty good cucumber going on him. He's just slow though. There's another one that's going pretty well. Not sure what that is. There is a Calypso. Throwing a pretty good one, and not a whole lot else going yet on that one. It's a little bit slower, but there's some babies like that. Oh, here's another one that's got some really good looking cucumbers on it. Let's talk about the peppers quick. If we look down here, that is a baby bell pepper going on right there, and just all kinds of flowers getting ready to happen there. I think the pepper line is really looking pretty good. Even these are the Trinidad Scorpions, one of the hottest peppers known to man, and I was a little worried about him early on, but he has shaped up and is looking pretty good. So real happy with what's going on in here. Let's go down quick and look at the peaches, and we'll call it a wrap. So this is actually our nectarine, and you can see that nectarine tree. And we have a couple of nectarines here. They're about 2 inches long. And so it's doing pretty good. This tree, can't see them, but there's several dozen peaches on there, about that size. Again, about 2 inches. But this tree, again, isn't doing real well. But I come over to this one, and this tree just makes me happy. As I go look at every single branch on it, there's peaches everywhere. Yeah, look at this up here. So that is really exciting. I have got to get some netting on this before the squirrels and birds pick it clean. But in the meantime, I have my friend the owl up there, and we have snakes down in the grass. So maybe we'll be able to keep them at bay until I can get that netting up. So that's my garden for this week. Things are looking pretty good. Not going to be a lot more changes coming on in the next couple of weeks. It's just kind of keep everything growing. So I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll talk to you next time.